back. I'm back, y'all. I'm back for another live. Um, I'm in bed, man, so I'm chilling. I'm, uh, um, I'm not gonna have the camera on too much. Oh man, laying down, relaxing. It's early. I'm already in bed. See, I was supposed to have been doing some videos tonight, but I don't even feel like it, man. So I said, you know what? If I'm not gonna do videos, man, I come live for a little bit, just kick it with y'all and chill. I want to see, and I also, want to see how my service, how my live's gonna hold up on this phone. I got a second phone, so I'm on it right now. So I want to see how my live's gonna hold up on this phone. See if it's gonna buffer or anything like that. So decided I'm gonna go live over here and see what's going on with it. As y'all into the live stream, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me. If you're new to the channel, I'm Gangstalk Talk with AJ. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Been getting up really early for the last few days because I've been on the grind, man. Been working, so I'm laying down in bed right now, man. Hey, cool, and got the music in the background. That's something I do all the time. Some relaxing elevator music, man. Little jazz, you know what I'm saying? To kind of just kick back and relax. Just things that bring me peace, So it's kind of what I'm into, Just relax my mind, Just decompress, from the week, and ate me a nice steak dinner as you saw on the video earlier. Just enjoy my time, man. Enjoy my night. So I give all glory to God, man. After everything I've been through, I can sit here and enjoy my own company. And one thing I always, desire, in this world, man. I don't have like even if this game stalking thing never stops, or if it ever stops, or slows down or whatever. The only thing I desire in this world, I don't even want to befriend these people or anything. I just want peace. All I desire is peace. And I'm giving myself that, every time I do little things for me, to make me feel, good and just relax, at ease and just love the life I live, man. Love the life I have. So all I desire in this world is peace, and I'm cool. I'm cool with that. That's all I ask for. So y'all can't see me right now because I'm in the bed. So I'm chilling in the bed. Um, I'm never in the bed this early, but man, I'm laying down, man. So oh man, it's been a long week. It's been a long week for me, man. I'm taking a much deserved weekend off, but and I was like I said earlier, I was supposed to make a video, but ended up not making the video tonight. I'm chilling, but I will make the video. I will upload some content tomorrow and Sunday. I just uploaded a cooking video, so it's all right. I'll just upload some videos this upcoming this weekend. If you're in the stream, hit the like button. If you're in the stream, hit the subscribe button if you're new as well. Just logging on, tapping in to see how everybody's doing, how everybody week went. How's everybody day going? All that good stuff. Oh man, yeah, it's been an interesting week for me. But it's over, so I'm gonna enjoy this weekend. Gucci Louie, proud of me. What's up? Good evening to you. How are you? Hope all is well with you, bro, or ma'am. Crystal Mariah, what's up, Crystal? How you doing? Tell how things are okay. Just irritated with these game stars. Hope you're good. I'm great. I'm great, Crystal. I appreciate it. I'm blessed. Just laying in bed right now. That's probably why you can't see me. I'm chilling. I'm laying down. It's been a long week, so long work week. So just ready to just cooling right now. Just ate me a nice steak dinner. I'm enjoying it. I'm just chilling right now. I decided to lay down. I'm never in bed this early, but yeah, it's too, because it's only about 8 o'clock, something like that. So I'm enjoying. I'm just chilling, man. I'm enjoying my relaxation. Got a little jazz music playing in the background. This is what I do every night when I'm not on live. Just like to enjoy my own company. Yeah, hope all is well with you as well, Crystal. You said they know I know mine started. What do you mean, Gucci? Yeah, you have to for sure. Yeah, when I come home, it's my time to decompress and relax and to enjoy my own company. I don't desire much in this world. Just want peace. That's it. Don't desire much. Just enjoy my peace. My relaxation time. So I really be getting it in that kitchen. You know what? The thing is I never was a big cook growing up, but as I got started getting targeted, and that one time I got poisoned, at that restaurant, that breakfast restaurant I eat at. I've been cooking almost ever since. And you said, have they laid off on you at all? The game started. Mine don't take a break at all. No, they don't lay off at all. If you don't know, I have a business. I work for myself, so a lot of the time I have to interact, with different people. People I do, my customers or clients, and they tend to be around everywhere I go. So everywhere I show up to, they're there. Yeah, they never lay off, and I'm in traffic a lot. A lot of my game stalking happens because I drive for a living. So when I drive for a living, they like to tailgate me, do traffic control, which means like they kind of slow me down or delay where I'm going. They'll do stupid stuff in front of me in traffic. Yeah, it's just a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, they're ridiculous. They're overbearing with it every day. So, but you get to the point. I'm not gonna say I'm numb to it, but I just got to the point where it's just I got to get what I need to get done. So I'm not gonna sit here and allow them to stop me from getting what I need to get done. I got to get the stuff done. I got to live life. I got to make money, and I got to take care of my priorities. So I'm not gonna let them stop me from doing what I need to do. The money got to be made. I want to live a certain way, and I want to do what I want to do, and I'm not gonna allow them to stop that. Everything I want up to this point, I have, and I'm thankful for that because I grind hard for it every day. So live high. All right, we're good. Mine started in middle school, school system, and police. They had their kids befriend me and try to collect info, try to get me addicted to weed and alcohol. They all work together to label me some crazy. Middle school, man. Yeah, you were really young, weren't you? Now they're trying to pin a crime on me so they can stalk me forever using the law. Yeah, that's what they do, for sure. They'll try to make sure they'll try to They'll try to get you in the system for sure. You said, right, I admire that. I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. Just stay focused on my purpose. Whatever my purpose is, Crystal, that's what I focus on. I lock in on that. I don't really worry about what they're doing. They can do what they want around me. They send honey traps my way. They know what type of women I'm into. So they send them my way. Any woman I give an eye to, like just to look, they send them my way. Women that look like that, similar shape, a certain type. They know what I like. So they send those type of women at me all the time. A lot of them they go out their way to try to get my attention, hoping I talk to them. But no, I'm locked in on my purpose. I'm super disciplined. I'm not gonna give them any attention. But praying helps. Luckily they didn't get you when you were younger. Got me a DUI earlier. Yeah, I mean I was homeless when I was 15. Gucci. And I kind of been fending for myself ever since. It was a blessing in disguise, low key. Not the targeting somewhat, but was a blessing in disguise. But when I look at it, I look at it as my parents weren't really there for me. So now that I'm in my mid to late 30s, I can I can say that it was a blessing in disguise in hindsight because they never taught me anything. So it gave me the opportunity to go out here and learn everything on my own, mess up, and learn from that and learn how to, create my own opportunity, rely on myself. So when you have to rely on yourself, you know that there's no room for error. So that way, you when you mess up, you know that you have nobody else that you can call on. So it just makes you stronger. It makes you more disciplined. You know what I'm saying? It makes you want to work harder to maintain and be consistent, you know? So you learn to appreciate the little things more than a lot of other people who have stuff handed to them or have help. So there's been a lot of benefits, for me in particular. That's why I have such a positive outlook on being gang stalked and to have such a positive outlook in life. It's been up and down, but now that I'm up, I'm just staying consistent with it, just trying to make sure that everything is done, as perfect as possible. I'm not perfect, I do mess up along the way, but making sure everything is good, just keeping my mind locked in on the goal. Kept messing up my jobs, me too, for sure. Gucci Louis Prada, and he saying that you're 29. That's what's up, bro. Keep going, man. Man. You got time. Just stay focused, man. Crystal says some levels of targeting is different. Some have it worse than others. I agree. Facts. I see them on YouTube all the time. I got it pretty bad, but like I said, I just don't allow it to affect me. And you said that's good. Your targeting does not interfere with your business. It does sometimes, but I think what it is that I don't allow it to. I don't allow it to interfere with my business for one. For two, and then for two, like it's different, from having a 9 to 5, because at 9 to 5 they control everything. They control how much you work, how often you work, what like how many like I've had jobs where they've given me 1-2 days on the schedule on purpose, just to kind of waste my time, and stuff like that. So and then after that I went and got my CDL, got in the truck driving over the road for a while, and then I got off the road as my kids got a little older. I wanted to spend time, so I started to get into business for myself. So, and it's the best decision I ever made because I have the freedom. I don't have to worry about clocking in on where I go to work, when I want, how much I want, and shit. I've created created a better life for myself. So, not complaining at all. I'm thankful for sure. Yeah, I trained myself not to like anybody in that way because they was doing that to me. Relationships distract me. Yeah, yeah, they want to take you off your purpose. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody's like that. You just have to, have your discernment up. You got to try kind of, take your emotions out of it and kind of just use logic. Just have strong discernment when it comes to people. Especially, I mean, even if you're not gang stalked, you got to have strong discernment nowadays on who you allow in your life, because somebody can come in your life and straight destroy or sabotage your life, and your life is altered just like that. So yeah, you got to be very wise on who you allow in your life, for sure. And it's one thing, you don't want to have somebody in your life that don't mean you well from the beginning, and they just trying to sabotage you from within. All the while they're working with people outside that really don't want to see you win. That's the worst. That's good. Okay. I read that one. Mind over matter, staying focused. That's a good look. Exactly, for sure. I noticed that. Yeah, been looking for something I can do to work for myself. There's plenty of things you can do. It's more just you just gotta find what you have a passion for, and just monetize it. You know what I'm saying? You can turn anything into making money. Like, it's just, are you willing to put in the work and the time and the effort for little to no money, just so you can build up, to being able to make a consistent income, long term. So you have to enjoy what you're doing. You have a passion for it, because you don't want what you do to feel like work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get up and never feel like I'm going to work. It feels like I'm just doing something I like to do, but I'm getting paid for it. So yeah, you have to have a passion for what you do. Because I know when I used to have a job, I used to dread getting up, going to work, because it felt like work, and I felt like I wasn't getting compensated enough to go to work. So when I was over the road as a truck driver, I was compensated very well. Um, was it a lot of driving? Absolutely. But, I was good, especially at that time. Trucking now is just, I mean, it's okay, but it's not really what it was. You still can make some decent money trucking, but it's not what it was back then. I could, like, even now, if I really wanted to, I can go make six figures trucking right now, but I'm not taking a break. My kids are more of a priority than trucking, for sure. Maybe when they get older, maybe I'll go when they get, older, like grown. Maybe I'll get back out there. But right now, I'm enjoying what I do. Laugh out, damn you too. Okay, you really targeted. That happened. That happened to me, and me as the target 2 days on the schedule. Yeah, yeah. I remember I've had jobs hire me. They'll say one day that they got hours they're hiring. Um, they'll say they're hiring and whatnot, and then I'll end up getting on, and then I'll get they'll say send they'll say send my availability. I'll send it to them, and they'll send me a schedule, and I'm only up there for 4 hours. Up there for 4 hours a night or a week. I meant on a Saturday. So I'm like, and that was a day that I wasn't available. So they'll make it inconvenient for you, for sure. And then Gucci said, "Yeah, wish I noticed before I started for this started. The damage happened, DUI conviction, honeypot trap, probably other thing I don't know about that allows them to access nowadays. Phones keep getting hacked, and some type of tech in my apartment watching me. Yeah, they definitely mirror our phones, for sure. And the honeypot trap, for sure. You got to really be careful with that, because you don't want to get in a situation where you have a baby with them, and that's a whole different story. Yeah, but in hindsight, we all wish we would have, saw the signs, that before it happened. But now that and you're aware, you just gotta have them. You gotta, change your mentality and approach towards it, and don't let it, don't let the events of the day ruin your day, Gucci. Learn from it, grow from it, let it make you a better person. Give it all to God, man, and just, walk by faith, walk in faith, man. You can't lose when you do that. Just keep your head up, keep going. Just ignore everything, man. It's not gonna, you'll be okay. Because at this point, it's not really much we can do on a surface level, just because of the people that's behind it. The government, the powers that be. That run this stuff. Unfortunately, so just don't let it discourage you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it discourage you. It's really me, bro. I'm right here. I'm right here, Mike. I'm right here. I'm just in the bed, bro. Yeah, I'm in the bed. I'm right here. I'm right here. See me raising my hand. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm just in the bed. That's all. My bad, Mike. He said, okay, okay, loud. No, that's really me, Mike. I'm right here. You see my teeth. I'm right here. I'm right here. Yeah, I hear lots of truckers say they don't care for not being local and home every day. Yeah, I'm sure. Some love being on the road. Some love being on the road, man. Crystal. Some love it. I've done over the road. I've done local, as well. Local, I think in my opinion pays the least, but I guess local, is good. Like you said, if you want to come home every day, you can still make some good money. It just depends on where, you know. I think, Walmart is a good company to work for as far as like trucking, cuz they start off at like 110, which is all right, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty good. 110 is pretty good. It's actually that's a good salary to start off, especially if you're just getting into it. That's a really good one. A really good salary to start off at. 110 a year. If it's just you, hold it down, take care of yourself, make the right investments, save some money. You'll be okay. Live, you can live comfortable off that. He says, shaking my damn head, yeah, waste of time and discourage you. If you let it, exactly, if you let it, for sure. Hey, and then class just started. Hey, I'm a TI as well. Welcome aboard. Class just started. How you doing? Good to see you in here. Welcome. How are you? How's your day going? Well, I just said, bro, turn the light on. Right? Keep the faith in God while dealing with this. Absolutely. You have to. You have to, Crystal, for sure. You gotta keep a positive mindset for sure. Gucci said, well, one thing she mentioned, I moved out of the country in this program. Yeah, it's gonna follow you, bro. This is something that's international. There's a lot of people outside of the country dealing with it as well, and unfortunately. Did you deal with a lot of BS while trucking? Yeah, I did. Loads of being late. Sometimes I'm late on purpose, or they have me late on purpose. Just a lot of stuff at truck stops with other drivers, at gas stations. It's just a lot of stuff on the road with cars cutting me off, and yeah, it's a lot of nonsense. AMC. A lot of the same stuff I deal with now while driving, but I'm in the 18 wheeler, so very dangerous, very scary to be honest with you. That's good. Program makes us so paranoid. We don't know that I what. And then Gucci said, "Can I get it into trucking with a DUI conviction or what?" Um, it just depends. I mean, I've seen it's truckers out there that have worse that's on the road, bro. So I wouldn't say. It depends on how old it is, how old the conviction is. But I think if you tell them like, be upfront with whatever with the company, they have companies that'll give you a chance. Gucci. It just depends on the company, but trust me, there's truckers on the road with worse that are felons. That yeah. So I would say yes. It just depends on the company more than likely. Gucci. You say I'm good, thanks. Got the heart. Appreciate you. Have you any guys seen lights on your ceiling? I wonder what that light is on my ceiling. Come to think about it, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that light up there. It's like a red light on my ceiling, but I think that might be coming from the TV. I don't know. But the TV is not red. That's very, anyways. I'm not sure what that is. That's very interesting. Now that you mentioned that, you said why laugh out loud? Why don't you think? Why do you think we're dealing with this and people out of the country? Yeah. Apparently, they put us on the list, and with us being on the list, somebody apparently put us on the list. I'm not sure all the details about that, but somebody put us on the list, and a lot of the time it's somebody or you've dealt with that know someone or that them themselves are powerful and can do that. Somebody you came across in your past life, could be your family, could be somebody that you maybe roommated with and didn't know what type of power they have or they family have. You never know. A myriad of reasons. They put us on the watch list, so it's a scary thought, but unfortunately, it's our reality, and we just got to make the best of it. You got to play the cards we were dealt in this life, and keep pushing, keep persevering. In spite of it. So just gotta be extra locked in, but also aware at the same time. You know, you gotta treat I know this is kind of cliche, but like act as if that you're a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like not a literal celebrity because you're not, but you gotta be aware of your surroundings. But you just gotta lock in on your purpose, man. Just ignore the hate. Just ignore the hate. Ignore the hate. Oh man. So it's based off connection. So wherever we go, people are going to stalk and harass us. And yes, of course, he'll try to progress and even dealing with it. Yeah. So everywhere we go, people are going to stalk. I mean, I've heard plenty of people say. I remember before I got into trucking, I was working at a restaurant, right? And the girl that was working, you know what I'm saying, the register. And I'm over here on the line. I came walking past, and they were saying, because at that point I was transitioning jobs quite a bit, and the dude said, why does he keep switching jobs? Well, it's not going to matter. And then the girl said, well, it doesn't matter where he goes because we're gonna follow him everywhere he goes. And I'm just like, wow, like that's the type of stuff I used to deal with. And it's amazing, like, for them to, and let me tell you, the first time I heard the word gang stalking from somebody outside of, this community, I was on a job interview. And at one point, this is about 2000, I would say 15, maybe 14, 15, 15. Yeah, because it was about summer 2015. I was on a job interview, and the man said straight up gang stalking. And at this time, I'm kind of in the middle of researching what it is. I already confirmed that by 2014 that I was being gang stalked because of everything I was dealing with. And then by 2015, that was the first and only person that I've heard say gang stalking in my job interview. And I was just wondering, why did he say that? Why did he say that? Why? I ended up taking that job because at the time I thought nothing of it. I needed a job. So But my experiences on this job were just, man, the job mobbing was ridiculous. They were giving me they were giving me hard tasks, like it was a stocking job. And they were giving me hard tasks like, you're gonna do this out, you're gonna do the pet out, you're gonna lift all this stuff, and then we expect you to get it done. And then my supervisor at the time, he was scheduled to come in at 4 a.m. This was an overnight job from like 11 to 7 or 10 to 6, sometimes 11 to 7. So my supervisor was always scheduled to come in at 4 a.m. My supervisor was so petty, right? He would come in at 1 a.m. and what he'll do is that he'll walk around, greet everybody else, right? And then he used to come up to me. He used to come to my aisle, like he'll walk past the aisle, look at me, and then come back and then nitpick on some shit like around the job. You know what I'm saying? To kind of give me a hard time. So, yeah, it sucked. He used to suck working jobs, man. He used to give me the hardest fucking time. Like, he'd nitpick with me, man. And, yeah, they would try to, like, just try to talk, like, try to talk down on me and stuff like that and try to make me feel bad and stuff. And, it just got to the point, man, it just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth being there. I got sick of working for people. I really did get sick. I really got sick of working for people. It ain't even worth it. What they paying, it ain't even worth the stress and worth the hard, the hard times that they give you. They want to overwork you and underpay you, especially when you're a TI. Yeah, I was going job to job to job, so I believe you. They said that. That's the reality, I guess. I'm staying positive. I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, a job is necessary. I don't bash on the job. It's just that, sometimes it's necessary, to have one, but you just got to use it as a tool to get to where you want to go. That you talking about that green light right there? Class just started. No, that's a what do you call it? What do you call the thing? The fire, what I'm talking about. Yeah, the fire, the smoke alarm. That's the smoke alarm. Yeah, it's a smoke alarm. That green light right there, that's a smoke alarm right there. Or fire alarm, whatever it's called. whatever that thing called. Yeah, same. I would deal with job harassment from the customers and coworkers. From coworkers and customers, true best to work for yourself. They'll come at you. The customers too, like, and a lot of your harassment and bullying, it'll happen in protected environments. They'll never, like, when they see you one on one, they'll never act like this. When they harass you, it'll be when it's a lot of people around. They'll never do it one on one. Yeah, smoke detector. Yeah, yeah, smoke detector. Oh my God, I would even be a trucker if I could, but it would put me in a pretty unsafe position. Yeah, it's a lot of women truckers out there now. More than a lot. It's plenty. What up, Mike? How you doing? What's up, bro? I seen you ask a question earlier. I got a notification for alert, but I'm gonna check it out after the live stream, bro. I forgot too. What was it called for a minute? Yeah, I did. For sure. I definitely forgot what it was called. I had 2 cancel opportunities for more hours. Yeah, that sucks, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I never want my money or my opportunity in the hands of them anymore. Yeah, showing off for people for sure. They definitely are. That's surprising. You think it would be the other way around? Yeah. Yeah. And you said where they would harass you in private? Well, no, I mean, because a lot of the times, like when I see these people one on one, they'll kind of not they'll either walk past me, or they won't say they won't really, they won't really have the same energy they'll have if they in a group. In the group, they feel compelled to try to say something to you, harass you, and kind of like, follow you around when they're with people, just kind of staring at you weird. And they feel more compelled to do that. But when they by themselves, it's a complete different energy. That's what I guess that's why it's called gang stalking. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel powerful in groups. Let me see. Hold on. Why are we still standing with this and not banding together? I've been talking about that with a few people, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, get together to, come up with something we can do. So it's just all about us getting on one accord and making it happen, bro. I still want to know what program this is. We're trying, but what can we do? Yeah, that's facts. And then let me see. I watched a video made by a Ti named Andrew Blesdo, and he said something about cameras in our homes or in our electrical wire. That's why we can't find them. I can see that. I can actually see that being a possibility. And they do say that AMC that one of your outlets probably won't work, either on the top or the bottom, and that's probably why, because they're behind your outlets in your house. So can you give me your opinion in the truth with the remote viewing or broad streaming? Is it happening on the dark web? Like, who and where are they watching me? Because people want to think I'm crazy, or my neighbors clearly make noise when I move towards the stuff I'm watching. I just think a lot of the time, to be honest with you, our phones are definitely mirrored. Our cell phones. I'm willing to bet that they have some way they can see what you're doing in your house. They have some way they can see what you're doing in your house. I just feel like there's always somebody or something surveilling us at all times, so they can know exactly where we are at all times. For sure. I'm talking to AMC, talking to Michael, and then people united can't be divided. That's facts, but it's gonna take a lot of us to be united. You know what I'm saying? Annette, what's up? How you doing? Appreciate you coming in. She's talking to class just started. What's up, Annette? Yeah, that was crazy what they were doing to him, though. I'm gonna check it out. Check it out. That camera he showed that looked like a snake was so freaking creepy. What's up, Annette? I'm just chilling. I'm live with y'all for a little bit. A little different setting. I know y'all used to seeing my ugly face, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give y'all a break from my ugly face for a little give y'all a break from my ugly face for a little bit. Nah, I'm just in bed though. I'm chilling. I ate, man. I ate. I'm in like a food coma right now. Ate that good old New York strip steak earlier. Yeah, that thing was fuego. That steak was fuego. Perfect. Well done. I be throwing down in the kitchen. Yeah, that steak was heat. It was fire. I'm thinking about making another cooking video. I don't really. My channel ain't about cooking, so I don't really like to film a lot of cooking videos. But I sit there now and then. I sit there now and then that I would make cooking videos. Yeah, it was fire, bro. Yeah, I had a New York strip steak, some baked potato with some sour cream and Colby Jack cheese on it, and some macaroni. And tomorrow for breakfast, I'm gonna make me some. I already got the shrimp out, but I'm gonna make some shrimp and grits for breakfast. I eat good over here. It's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat good over here, for sure. But anyways, let me get back on point. Talking about food on my big back stuff. Through my own testing and sweeps, it could be through Wi-Fi. Yeah, I agree, Gucci, for sure. My Wi-Fi is 1,000% common. But like when I was trying to go live on StreamYard the other day, it was an epic fail. I'm talking about my computer was sounding like a robot. The audio, even the audio from YouTube, yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible. But you're right, for sure. Damn country. And then active as possible when it comes to my life. As a TA talking to Michael. She talking to Michael. I have a silent on mine. It's unmarked. Yeah, we're gonna check him out. I'm gonna check out his videos too. Yeah, I like when y'all like recommend content. I watch everybody. Everybody y'all recommend that I'm not familiar with, I end up watching their content because I like, hearing other people's stories. And I told you coming soon, once I get in contact with not get in contact with him, but I'm gonna hit up War Against Narcissism. Oh, he passed away last year. Oh man. That's crazy. My condolences to him, for sure. I have drones that are always in front of me in the sky and that follow me everywhere. I get occasional. I get copters, following me sometime from time to time. And then Crystal said I was typing, but I hear you, AJ. Like, I picked up some pounds, and of course they've been trying to make me feel a way about it. It's all right. You good, man. Ain't nothing wrong with eating good. You know. But I love eating good and cooking. That sounds good too. Steak and baked potato. Yeah, it was definitely fire. Definitely fire. Definitely fire. It's terrible. Mike was talking to AMC. Do you know what happened? They said he deleted himself and that he was schizophrenic. That's what they like to say, AMC. That's what they want to say about us. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And unfortunately, that's the goal. That's what they want for all of us. To do that. Unfortunately, or go to jail. Condolences to him. Prayers up. To his family. For sure. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. And Crystal said, y'all, where do you see the satellite? I know they watch me in this house, for sure, but I ain't found no camera. Yeah, because, I don't think a lot of the cameras are going to be noticeable, at all. Yeah, they probably wouldn't be noticeable. What was I gonna say? AMC, if you want to drop his channel in here, you free to do it. I know you're a moderator. I'm not one of those type of channels that that kind of be like, oh, you can't do this. I'm gatekeeping. You could drop the link. It's cool. I don't got no problem with that. Yeah, drop his link in the chat if you don't mind finding it. You could drop his link in the chat to his channel. Yeah, because I'm gonna watch him too. So if you don't mind, AMC, you can drop his link in here. That way everybody can go over, and check his check his videos out and stuff like that. If he still has his channel up. No problem. That way class just starting and everybody else can get it. Oh, no problem. Yeah, just drop his link in here. It's cool. I'm all for that. I want to, I'm all for that. No, we all just got to support each other. So I don't mind. I don't mind definitely. Everybody, You got content creators that you feel like that are good for the space and that you kind of feel good about. Drop them in here. It's cool. Cause I'm looking to engage with everybody in the space. Yeah, no problem, AMC. My stalking stopped for 2 days because I produced hard evidence on a cop. They started back and they came to my home and turned on something. Sounded like a factory. And the thing is that they know we're out here collecting and getting evidence and stuff like that, but they just seem to don't care. Like they just come with it. Me and neither. I'm a targeted individual. I want all of us to unite and support each other as much as possible, especially real targeted people, because I found some perps over the years. Yeah. Well, see, with me, um, I like to believe that and then until everybody give me a reason not to. So I'm sure there are perps. I just never came across them, on YouTube. Never came across a lot of them. I don't look for them. I don't look for perps, you know. Like I don't look for I don't look for perps on YouTube and stuff. But they expose themselves, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how it goes. You only can be fake for so long. I just want to add him because I've actually been trying to find him again because he actually started telling him what they were doing. He's talking to AMC. He said they told him they have a 1 million budget for each TI. Wow. So wow. It's a nice little bit of cheese. Wow. Andrew Boswell. Oh, that name do sound familiar. Andrew Boswell. Okay, that name sounds familiar. I gotta look at that because that name do sound familiar. He's and then there's the link right there. No, you don't have to copy it. You could just click the link. Class just started. Just click it because it's clickable. No, the link's clickable. Just like click the link. You can subscribe to them. Then if you want to come back, come back. But yeah, just click that link. The moderators, they can drop like live links in here, so you can just click it. It'll take you right to their channel. Take you right to the channel. So nah, you don't have to copy it. Just click the link. We got 14 people in here, and there are hundreds of thousands. How do we reach out? Well, I have my email on my page to contact me personally, and we kind of talk here, and then we're gonna do a live panel one of these days because it's just about getting everybody that's content creators and everybody that in the chat is trying to get us all on one accord. So I want to set a date here soon, maybe sometime next month, and we all can content creators and people in the chat, we all come on the panel and we all talk, and kind of just get acquainted with each other, kind of so we can all build the space up. We can all get to know each other more in terms of like our experiences and stuff like that. You said no, it didn't work for you, so you couldn't click the link AMC posted. And Michael T.I.'s are on several channels. AJ's War Against Narcissism, Brianna for Chris, Stephanie the Seeker. Yes, that shout out to Stephanie the Seeker for sure. Brianna for Christ for sure. Shout out to them. War Against Narcissism. It's my dog. Shout out to them for sure. Great content on them 3 channels for sure. They some heavy hitters in the space. I'm a rookie. I'm just guessing. I'm barely started. I'm a rookie compared to them. Those 3 heavy hitters in the space for sure. Yeah, I mean I watch Stephanie the Secret lives every Sunday. What's up, Unaverage Joe? Yeah, sometimes it just depends. Like YouTube is kind of weird with the notifications. Because sometimes like when you just subscribe to somebody's channel, it'll personalize your notifications. automatically. If you don't set them to all, and sometimes when you set, if you set them to all, Joe, what'll happen is let's say if like I'm not gonna say I'm the heaviest poster nowadays. Maybe I am, but when someone posts a bunch of stuff, they'll kind of like filter out, you know what I'm saying, what notifications, you know what I'm saying, your subscribers get. But most of the time, when you just hit the subscribe button, it'll personalize the notifications you get, so you won't get all of them. And she said, and then you got kicked out the live. Yeah, when you hit the link, when you hit that link, it's gonna take you away from the live because it's gonna go to that link that she posted, and then I'm about ready to stand outside with a poster board saying "Stop gang stalking, stop ruining people's lives" on a one-person protest until more targeted individuals reignite. Yeah, the merch, and now I mean, I was thinking about going the merchandise route. I was thinking about going the merchandise route, and then Gucci said, "Question for you all: do you think Stalked by the Feds is a real Ti?" I don't know much about him. I don't know much about him. I think I might have watched him before, but I mean, I'm not in the business of kind of like doing like that part. But I mean, I can look into him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like to be like I don't like to do stuff like that. You know. But yeah, I'll look into him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really too crazy familiar with him, but I can look into him to see. Cause yeah, I mean, if you're getting that inkling, you know what I'm saying, then there's some questionable things going on that you really need to find out. You know what I'm saying? So I'll check them out. You say you're doing great. I appreciate you in that. Appreciate it. I'm trying. I'm trying. They the heavy hitters in this space. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was watching them before I even got the courage to post a video. So yeah, they the heavy hitters around here. They the OGs. When I click it, it just brings up AMC's little banner where it says report and stuff. I don't know. Let me see. Keen Man says another channel in New York. He don't post videos much or takes them down frequently. I just tried clicking all over it and away from your avatar too. She said she dropped it again. And then they doing overtime. My audio just cut out. I had to leave and come back. The audio is working. Oh man. Yeah, they messing with your phone, Joe. I'm telling you. I think the stream seems better on this phone because I got a second phone. When I'm on my iPhone, I be having all types of problems streaming. But now on this phone, it don't seem like I'm having any issues. This is like literally I've had this phone for probably like 4 days. This is my first time actually using it to do anything. So she's talking to Crystal. Is it working for anything else? Anyone else still the same? I'm gonna go to my live stream and I'm gonna check it because I'm gonna click that link in my live stream. Hold on one second. Let me turn the volume down. I'm gonna go to my own live stream and I'm gonna click the link. Let me see. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find the link. Oh, you know what? I see what you're saying. You said, oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, you know what? I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. Our class just started. Because I tried to go on my own live stream. Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, that's strange. No. You good. You good, AMC. I'll find it. I'll find it. You know what, everybody, I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna post it on my community wall. And then if y'all want to, come over after, not after the stream, but when I find it, I'm gonna post it on my community wall, and then you can click on it. Class just started. I got you. I'm gonna post it on my community wall. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not that tech savvy either. Trust me. Judging off by this, judging off that stream I did the other day. Oh man, yeah, that was bad. Hold on one second. Okay, no, I'm Gucci. I'm trying to see what's stalked by the feds. Let me look that individual up. Hold on. Excuse me, y'all. I'm gonna look that individual up right quick. Stalked by the feds. Is her name Lisa? Is that who it is? No, that's somebody else. What the hell? Who is this? Who's this that popped up? Oh, her name is Lisa. Is her name Lisa? Is that Gucci and and on average, is her name Lisa? Is that the one? I'm trying to see because I don't know who she. I don't know who this is. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. I'm not like looking at like in a video. I'm just trying to like look at. I don't know about that. You might be you. Not maybe. Let me just look more into it. I ain't gonna make a decision. I ain't gonna make a decision on that. I ain't gonna make. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna make a decision on that until I like look into it. I gotta watch more. I never watched her, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make a decision on that. I'm not gonna pass judgment until I like watch her channel. No, you're good. Class just started. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and just put the link up there. You said that's smart merchandise. That's helpful, but the news getting involved will be quicker. It's okay, MC, to see we're not gonna keep talking about this. Um. Oh, stalked by the freaks. Yes, that's the channel that popped up. Yeah, I'm gonna check her. I'm gonna check that out. Let me find out you out here hiding that weapon. What you talking about, Laurel? There you go. You come in here. You come in and start this shit again. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? How you living, bro? Y'all just copy and paste and put in your search the Safari or engine you use. That's a great idea. It has a lot of good information. I had to submit my license to post a link. Yeah, they do. They make you submit your license and that. Yeah, yep. They want to verify as you. That's true. They definitely do that. Yeah. They make you submit your, especially when you want to post on their site. I mean on the app. I think she's the one that does live streams while she was sleeping. Yes. Okay. He said, "Shake my head, class. Crazy. That's crazy. Someone is very bothered by you, but I had people that treat me the same way too. They're so annoying and obsessed with us. That's facts. That's facts." And then you sound like you just got done fighting. Nah, I did not. And then he's talking to Crystal. Yeah, and that you're right. I think there's some that are interested, but I think there's some that just want to bring awareness, which is fine too. But something definitely needs to be done because I feel like we deserve to live peaceful lives, and the fact that we don't get a chance to live a peaceful life, because someone that knew us or know us want to get people on board with targeting us and make up lies about us is ridiculous. in itself. It's messed up. Yeah, Gucci. I'm gonna look into her. I'm gonna watch her. I'm gonna watch a couple of her videos because judging from that short I just saw, I don't know, man. It's questionable for sure. It's definitely some questions. She sets off my sus alarms now. Yeah, I definitely got some questions myself, man. I got some questions myself for sure. Definitely do. You just never know, because some people do get into space. You know what I'm saying, and they wanna they wanna just capitalize. For monetary gain instead of actually like bringing real awareness to the subject. That's what. Yeah, you definitely got to be careful on social media with that for sure. It's a lot of people are trying to, capitalize off stuff that real TIs are going through, and they kind of look at it as a joke, like it's a joke that our lives are being played with, by the powers that be, like it's a game, not knowing what we go through on a daily basis, just trying to live semi-normal lives, just trying to get the basic things that we need out of this life. We we get they make it so hard for us just to get the basic things out of life. It makes no sense, and people like to play with other people and try to make it seem like it's a joke. It drains your energy. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to do. They want to drain your energy and try to make you feel less than for doing the basic things. That Oh, that's crazy. Hold on, let me catch up on comments. It's people that don't document or vlog this stuff because they don't know, or they're afraid, or have low confidence, probably from Gangstalker, but I do it for them, even though I don't want to. Um, I was like that for a long time. I felt like, before I started making content, telling my story, I didn't. I'm not gonna say. I felt like nobody would believe me because I had people, my ex at the time, I had her, she didn't believe me, so, and then like me, like, you know, um, trying to talk to certain people, like even my family early on, they didn't even believe me. So, like I said, like I told people before, this was supposed to be just therapy for me coming online talking about my experiences over the years. I didn't expect for it to gain this much traction because it was just therapy. It was a way for me to get it out because when you kind of suppressing everything and it's building up, you're bound to explode. So this was a healthy way to release, everything I've been suffering with for so long. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I was afraid because I knew what was gonna come with it. I knew they were gonna come harder with it. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But I knew they were gonna come with it in terms of like their efforts. It was definitely gonna ramp it up, and it has for sure. But I do get her recording herself when she's sleeping. Gang stalkers would come in my home all the time when I slept. I prayed I would wake up. Yeah, that's some scary stuff. Definitely some scary stuff. I mean, she chooses to drive a BMW SUV, and when her tires were apparently getting smashed, it was like $300 a tire she was asking for. Wow. Then asking for cat's vet bill assistance. The next day, the cat is dead. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's wild. Yeah, I mean, I gotta look into her. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with her at all. But yeah, that sound like that. That sound very sus. Yeah, that's true, AJ. Make evening, make even the struggle. But keep staying upbeat and positive. It's a good example for someone that struggle with that. We're all dealing with different areas of our lives being sabotaged for sure. Yeah, I mean, like I said, once you've been dealing with it for a long time, you learn how to internalize it differently. Well, I'm not saying I'm not like I'm a robot or anything, but it's like I kind of just let it roll off my shoulder because you hear the same stuff every day. You deal with the same tactics every day, and they keep doing it because they're expecting one day you'll give them the energy they want. But in reality, it's really starting to become null and void to me. So starting to become irrelevant. But I can see the looks on their face when they don't get the reaction they want. It pisses them off. Most of what we go through isn't funny, but there have been a few things they've done that have made me laugh. For example, I told my husband he needed to cut his toenails. Next day, someone threw toenail clippers in the back of his truck. It's crazy. Nah, but I laugh at it. I laugh at it because I laugh at their tactics, and the reason why I laugh is because I'm just like they're clowns. For you to come out your way to try to do some stuff, it doesn't make any sense. You came all the way out your way to get my attention, and when it don't work, I do think it's funny at that point. Especially when you laugh in their face, they don't like that. They hate the fact that they can't get the reaction that they came out their way looking for. Same that too. It was also events in space, but I was bringing awareness to. Met a few real targets. Haven't met up with any in real life yet. It'll see. We'll see. I mean, I don't have an issue with it. It's just we got to make sure that we got to get everybody on board one day, and just get a location together. Centralized location. We all show up. Wyoming or something. No, I'm just kidding. Just mess around. I was never afraid. But I wanted to wake up so I could confront and take care of business for sure. Absolutely. They also put rubber men parts on his truck at work. It was just crazy. Yeah, that's next level childish. AFC. That's wild. I needed that laugh, AFC. But it's nice at times not funny, miserable people trying to use us to take their anger out of life on us. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I agree, a lot of it is horrible. Yeah, a lot of it is. But I'm just like I said. I just I just want to look at the positive outlooks at everything. I don't want to give. I don't want them to. I always want to smile, so and be in good spirits because I don't want to be down on myself or just feel low, you know, or just feel low. I've been there and done that. I've had my days where this stuff used to bother me so much when I was early on in my targeting. I just felt like I got so strong as a result of being Gangstalk for so long. It's made me strong. So I'm able to deal with anything life throws in my path. Like anything that's meant to cause me pain or cause me, anything that a normal person would have to deal with and it's supposed to break them, I can deal with it in a much more mature, just lock in what I need to do. Just get a game plan. Like I don't stress out, you know? I don't stress out. I don't panic. I just make it happen. I've dealt with so much up and down that I don't really have a reaction when something goes wrong. I just go on to the next thing. So the sabotaging don't work on me. And I agree, a lot of it's horrible. Sometimes I laugh too, because yeah, exactly. They are predictable for sure. Very predictable. Thanks, AJ, for the live and opportunity to connect with other target individuals. It really is other people dealing with this madness for sure. I appreciate you coming over, Crystal, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, I just like I said, that's what my goal is. I want to be able to get us all together, and build with you guys because I went through this alone from the time I started my channel up to now. I met other TIs and it's been cool. to meet you guys and hear your unique experiences, and a lot of our experiences are similar, as well. So it's been a pleasure. It's been a blessing so far. You know, hopefully to meet more of you. You know what I'm saying, down the line. But y'all have been amazing. Y'all are good people, and we're all good people. They just we're just misunderstood. We're a bad person to the bad people. So just trying to live life, man. But they want to give us a hard time. I'm thankful you were put in my argument today. For sure. Appreciate you, Gucci. Appreciate you coming through. For sure. For sure, bro. For sure. Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. No, I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. I don't really do social media too crazy. People who contact me offline, they contact me by email. I have my email on my page. That's how people reach out to me offline and stuff like that. I have an Instagram, but I don't really use it. Like talking about it. I get on there occasionally, but I don't use it like talking about it. But all the information is on my page. You go to my about section on my YouTube page, you'll see all that information on there. Nah, I got off Facebook because I closed my Facebook page last year because of my family was trying to reach out to me on there, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Nah, I'm not. I'm good. They've been trying to reach out to me for years. We don't have anything to talk about. Respectfully, they're just monitoring spirits. They want to see what I'm doing and see what I'm up to. Because I told you my uncle that has since passed away. They told they were expecting me to be homeless, living in a trash can somewhere. Some years back when I talked to them, probably about 12 years ago when I talked to them, and they were saying that. It's crazy. So don't have any words for them. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to say. To think that low of me is crazy. So this tells you where your family, how much your family cares about your well-being. And don't get me wrong, everyone, this stuff has had me so low. I almost self-deleted multiple times. Even called Mobile Crisis for help. And they did direct the conversation with me. I've been doing better. Oh yeah, I'm definitely I've definitely did it. Well, the self-delete part, I definitely went there before, almost. I did that one time back in 2014 because I'm telling you, because I was just like, what is going on? They got to the point that one night I was just like, bro, this is a lot for me. Like, bro, there's a lot to deal with. I couldn't take it, but I just knew that if I did it, then I would be they would be winning, and I'll be taking myself away from, my child that was getting ready to be born. He would have never met me, But can you trust any family member? Nope. I just rather. I'm not saying I can't, but I rather love from a distance. Annette, I'm good. I rather love from a distance. My life is more at peace now than it's ever been. I don't have to deal with anybody's problems. I'm doing my own thing. I worry about myself and my kids. So I don't have to deal with any stress or anything like that. And I'm okay with that. I'm all right with it. Love from a distance. It's all right. If we ever cross paths one day, then we will. I mean, it's no problem. I don't have any ill will. I don't have any ill will towards anybody. I don't live my life harboring hate for anybody or anything. But I'm at peace. I'm at peace with where I am in life and at peace within myself. So if we cross paths one day, then we do. But until then, just learn to love from a distance. True AJ, real eye opener for sure. It definitely was a real eye opener. Definitely was a real eye opener for sure. This whole thing has been a humbling experience, but it's made me a better man as a result. It's made me a better father as a result. It's made me, more. My discernment grew to an all-time high as a result, and I just learned the people, who were for me, and I learned the people who aren't. So the people who aren't here weren't meant to be here from the beginning. So if they were willing to turn on me, for because of he say she say stuff, then they don't deserve it. They don't deserve to be in my life. So it's okay. It's all good. I've learned to enjoy my alone time more than anything because it's very peaceful. You just find stuff that you love to do, and you do it. It takes your mind off everything that's going on, and you just find something. You find stuff you're passionate about, and you enjoy life. We only get this life one time, so do what makes you happy. Do what brings you peace. And do what brings you purpose. You know. There's nothing in this world that lasts forever. So it's okay. It'll hopefully one day, and I'm sure this too shall pass. I don't think they're gonna be at it with us forever. I hope not. I doubt it. He said, "Listen to Busy Bone song. I understand the intro to the song is the truth." And then and thank you, AJ. Your videos are a big part of what helped me get my mind right. I appreciate that. That's my goal. That was my goal for coming on here. I wanted to help people because we were, like I say all the time, we were all going through different stages of targeting. So me coming on here, just sharing my experiences with it and how I was able to change my mindset and have a more positive approach to it. Because I literally went from negative. I've been through all emotions when it comes to this. So I really went from negative to just, making this thing work for me. Making being Gangstalk work for me. They don't like when you turn it around on them, you know. And this whole thing, as we know, is psychological warfare. It's all about your mindset. Your mindset got to be geared towards. I mean, I know this may sound crazy, but my mindset is geared toward doing everything to make them mad. My mindset is doing everything geared toward making the game stalkers mad. Because when they're mad, that means you're doing something right. When they're, So I know that may sound crazy to y'all, but my mindset is doing things to make them mad. Because that means I'm being productive, and I'm not letting what they do get to me. I'm not allowing anything they do to ruin my day. So every time I see them snarling, like when I'm in my car, I'm headed home, or I had a good day today, as far as financially or whatever, or any trap they set for me, it didn't work, or when they're trying to overload me in public places and trying to get a reaction, and when it don't work, when I'm not giving them the energy they're looking for and they're mad about it. Because I know a lot of them, they like to say that I be in a world of my own. Like, like I kind of have tunnel vision. And it's like, when I'm in public, I just really pretend like they ain't there. You know? I can sense them coming and smell them from a mile away. Especially when I know they're coming around just to do something weird or do some sucker stuff. I just pretend like they ain't there. Especially if I seen you before, you definitely won't get any attention from me. So yeah, I have a weird approach to it, but it works for me. It works for me. Let's see. Um, I'm trying to find something real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all. Oh, there it is. Hold on. You know what? Hold on, I'm gonna read you. Look, let me read a net comment right quick, and then I want to read this comment Michael Porter left on my video. I literally keep my mind on my audiobook and Christian music in my headphones. Get lost in thoughts, and I don't think about them. They waste their time. Exactly. Me too. I listen to a lot of music. Bible verses in my stoicism videos when I'm out and about. I just be focused on my what I'm doing. And then Michael Porter, I'm gonna answer. I don't know if he's still in here, but there's a comment he left on my video. I'm gonna answer it right now. He said, "AJ, what are your thoughts about creating a TI channel that offers different perspectives from individuals?" So pretty much like a page where a lot like we kind of collab, like content creators and people collab and do interviews and stuff like that. I don't think we need to create separate channels to do that. I think I can do that on my channel. They can do it on their channel, where we kind of have a collab effort, as far as like doing interviews. We don't need to create a separate channel for that. I did an interview on war against narcissism. Um, Eventually, I'll because I feel like I want to get bigger in the space. So, um, so I mean, I want to, but I need to get bigger in the space before I, do interviews on my channel. So, unless they want to interview with me, then I'll do it, no problem. Um, but that's the answer to Michael Porter's question. But I got some work to do in this space. I'm not a big channel. How do you know if you're in the beginning stages of being gang stalked? What are the signs someone experiences for real? I think it might be. So early on in my targeting, I'm gonna tell you from the first day I felt something different, and I talked about this in my step back with AJ. October 7th, 2012 was the day I felt something different. So at the time, like I said, the day before, nobody was talking to me. Well, no, the day before, people were talking to me, and then that next day, everything just felt different. Nobody wanted to talk to me. I went to work. At the time, I didn't have a car. I was catching the bus, and everything just people were whispering about me, stuff like that. So, but I didn't think nothing of it because I didn't know what gang stalking was at the time. And then a lot of like weird events started happening after that. Um, and I'm just like, what what's going on? And I'm kind of just kind of brushing it off for a little bit. So, and then stuff started happening, like that I know now, as far as like I'm being gang stalked. So I started getting stalked everywhere I go. People following me everywhere I go, like cars riding by me, sticking their hand out the window, thumbs up. Like it was a lot of weird stuff going on at the time. And me not being educated on what target gang stalking is, I thought nothing of it. I just kept moving on. I'm thinking, okay, this is weird, but nobody's talking to me no more. My family's acting weird. I asked my family about it. They gaslit me. This was about 2 months later, and I didn't think nothing of it because, like I said, I didn't know anything about what gang stalking was. So as time went on, I started, doing some research on the things I was experiencing, and that's what I found out. Okay, this may be gang stalking. This is what I'm dealing with because I'm sitting here and I'm watching, people break down this stuff, the exact stuff I'm dealing with. I'm like, okay, this is gang stalking. I'm literally being targeted. And then once I like put two and two together and discovered, okay, this is gang stalking, then I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm really like paying attention to what these people are doing. And then I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely gang stalk. I started doing more and more research. And then once I started doing more and more research, I'm like, okay, well, a lot of this is mental, it's psychological. So they're really trying to get me to crash out or get a reaction out of me. So early on, I was giving them a reaction because I'm still green. I'm still young. Like I'm still into gang stalking. I'm still green. I didn't know too much about it. So yeah, I was giving them what they wanted. But I realized, okay, this ain't doing nothing but affecting me. I'm quitting these jobs and doing all this, that, and the third, and it's not doing nothing but setting me back. But I'm noticing that it kept happening every job I went to. So I'm like, oh man, that's, what is this? And then, I'm just like, man, it just keep happening. It got to the point where I said, enough is enough. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just not going to let this affect me no more. And I'm going to just, I got to live my life. I got kids now at that point. A few years later, I got kids now at this point. I got to be able to take care of them. Fuck them, essentially. But that was a long story. But yeah, Mackenzie, that's how I was in the beginning stages. I was kind of, thrown off and confused about what I was dealing with for a while. Then I did my research and found out, oh shit, this is what this is. And I just got to the point, man, this shit ain't worth, living my life, man. It ain't worth it. I still gotta live my life. What's up, random name? They want to break you mentally. Exactly, they do. And then on the average Joe said in my beginning, I would see people at stores who would be staring at me, but that's it. But it's like everywhere you go, you'll see people whose eyes are fixed on you. That's surveillance. Yeah, yeah. Like even now, let's say if like for example, Joe, let's say if you're like just you could just like feel somebody staring at you, right? Like you ain't even paying attention to them. You could just feel like eyes intently staring at you, and then when you turn your back when you turn to look at these people, you don't see them. I mean, they're not looking at you, or they'll turn away from you. What I'm seeing lately is that a lot of people are coming in the grocery stores or places I frequent, bro, and they have sunglasses on. So that lets me know that maybe they got the meta glasses and they're probably just taking pictures of me. They're probably recording me with those glasses because a lot of people come into stores now with sunglasses on all of a sudden. I've been seeing that a lot more lately. And now that I bought it up on live, and listen, now that I bought it up on live, I guarantee I'm going to see them some more. But when a lot of my targeting started in Virginia, that's when my targeting started. when I really recognized what it was, I was living in New Mexico. That's when I really recognized what I was dealing with. I was living in New Mexico at the time. And yeah, it was pretty intense out there. It was pretty intense down there in Albuquerque. It was pretty intense. But it just made me stronger. It just made me stronger. It just made me stronger. I only ever heard voices in really expensive cars would drive by my house going fast to instill fear. Yeah, they used to do that to me too. Like early, real early in the morning, like 3 a.m. down the one-way street I used to live on. And then he said, I hear you. And then Mackenzie said, I had people tailing me down back roads in the middle of the night. Yeah, they'll tailgate you. I get that every day. They tailgate me, and a lot of times it's the big trucks that'll tailgate me. When I go to a grocery store, all of a sudden there's 5 people crowded around me. Yeah, they come down the aisles and they follow you around. And some of them, they'll do it from a distance. And I've seen people come in the grocery store and they'll go down each aisle looking like they're trying to find me and locate me. Almost like they're trying to report where I'm at. And then the people will start coming down the aisle and stuff like that. They'll sit on the aisle, they'll block the aisle, just try to prevent you from going through. A lot of little childish stuff. Types of cars nobody can in my neighborhood could afford. Or that must be a continuation of your previous message. Yeah, but I can say most 90% of my targeting was in New Mexico. That's where I experienced 90% of my targeting. You said you had before the voices. Yeah, I used to hear. Yeah, I used to like to have voices like when I'm around people. When I was around people, I would hear things in my mind in their voice, if that makes sense. Or I'll hear a lot of negativity, like telling me to delete myself and all this, that, and the third. I would hear a lot of that going on. But so a lot of the time I would hear like people saying stuff in my head, but it would be in the voice of the person that's around. Yeah, some of these scum drive diesel trucks with big pipes. They'll purposefully slam the gas to make big black. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 1,000%. 1,000%, Joe. Just assholes, bruh. Assholes. You know, New Mexico, man. No, I'm not gonna say it's bad drivers everywhere, but New Mexico got some of the worst drivers ever. And and I think Phoenix might have them beat. Phoenix might have New Mexico beat with the drivers. Yes, they're really bad out here, really bad compared to there. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like sometimes I do miss New Mexico because and I know that sounds weird, Joe. That I know that sounds weird, Joe, but I miss New Mexico because of it opened up so many doors for me in terms of like New Mexico was, I came out there, I was essentially homeless, and yeah, I kind of got on my feet there because it was so cheap, and I learned so much. Even though I was being targeted, it just I learned so much about myself. I essentially grew up there. I miss it a lot for that aspect. And I spent so much time. I was there 10 years. So I spent so much time there. I would never move back there, but I'm just saying, like, it was a lot about it that, I benefited a lot living there. So there's certain aspects about it I do miss. I like a lot of the New Mexico restaurants, local restaurants there. I like a lot of that. So it was pretty chill. You know what I'm saying? You stay to yourself. Most people won't bother you. It was okay. Outside of being targeted, it was okay. It wasn't too bad. It was pretty cool. I'm talking about as far as like this, the area itself. It was alright. I kind of miss it a little bit, just because I spent so much time there. I got used to it. So, and then you said cars were swerving to me. Yeah, I got in so many accidents when I was living in New Mexico. It's abnormal. It's like it was like an annual thing for me, bro. It was like an annual thing for me out there. I hate to say that, but it was. Not sure if they were a part of it or possessed monetarily. Both. Both, probably. Yeah, it was like an annual thing getting into accidents in New Mexico. Like, I had a guy hit rear end me at a red light. The guy, whose car smelled like weed. The police, they treated me like a criminal. Even though they smelled weed in his car, I don't think weed was legal at the time. It wasn't. It was definitely not legal at that time, because they recently just made it recreational in New Mexico in recent years. It wasn't legal at that time. You had to have a card to get it back then, or what you just said, just bad drivers. But it happened way too many times. Yeah, it happened to me a lot. How long has the gang stalking been happening? For just in general, or for me? Me, 14 years. I've avoided like 10 accidents. I've probably been in 10 accidents that weren't my fault. I'm getting hit left and right. A lot of it's on purpose. New Mexico is a land of entrapment, not enchantment, for real. But I really enjoyed. New Mexico did a lot for me. That I am thankful for to this day, for sure. I'm thankful for it. In spite of everything, they did to me as far as being gang stalked, which sucked, but there was a lot of bad that came out of living there, Joe. But there was some good as well, that I made happen for myself. So I'm thankful for that. You said that's wild. Yeah, I've been in at least 10 accidents in New Mexico, unfortunately. With several different cars. One car got so bad it got totaled. So yeah, it sucked. 20, and that was 2020. 2020 was a very interesting year. You said no to 14 years? Yeah, 14 years. For me, 14 years. Because before 2012, I had no indication. That I had nothing. None of this was going on. So it started. I can't give you the exact date that it started, because maybe it started before then and I didn't notice it. But 2012 is when I felt something off. So I don't know if it started before that, but October 7th, 2012, that date is ingrained in my mind, because that's exactly the day everything changed. So I'm not gonna say that it happened, that it didn't start before then and I wasn't aware, but that day everything changed. That exact day. Is it the same people who are gang stalking? No, it's a bunch of people. It's a bunch of people. It's not the same people. No, it's a lot of people. Now everybody now I'm gonna make this note. I'm gonna make this PSA. Everybody is not in on your gang stalking. I'm gonna make this PSA. Everybody's not in on it. The whole purpose is to make you believe that everybody's in on your targeting. So you're paranoid about everybody. So that way the people that are not in on your targeting, they may eventually become in on your targeting. Or if you're that paranoid to believe that everybody is in on your targeting, they'll look at you crazy. So the goal is to make everybody think you're crazy. That's the goal.
Everybody's not in on your targeting, but the goal is for them. The goal is for you to not trust anybody, so that way you'll look crazy to everybody. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They want you to question everybody and everything. It's psychological. They want you to put your logic and everything in the back. They don't want you to think logic at all. They don't want you to have discernment. They don't want you to use any of that. They want you to question everything. And then you said mine lasted 3 years, and I ended up on a Baker Act when it seemed like they controlled the hospital, or at least the floor I was on. They seemed to lower their efforts after I basically rejected them. And he said, "Facts, yeah, I'm telling you." Because yeah, you can tell, like, if you really pay attention, you can tell who you can really see who's not in on it. But if you come in contact with so many people that are targeting you, you're gonna believe that they're targeting you as well. You're gonna believe it. Or at least that's what they want to do. That's why I approach everybody the same way. I approach everybody polite because that's the way for me to see who's who. If you approach everybody the same way, you'll be able to tell who's who because their energy will shift. Their energy will shift. You'll be able to tell. And then you said they were literally praying to live in the hospital. I was checking. I was like, I'm checking out there for sure. Big bro, I'm losing it. I was a homeowner, had a great job. Now nothing. It's a part of you. It's a part of your process, bro. You're gonna be up. You're gonna be down. That's just how it is, man. And I'm not gonna say that's how mine went, but you're gonna be up, down, up, down. I was homeless. I did well. Went down for a little bit, but that was just a part of it's a part of the learning process. You got to get to the point where you the sabotaging doesn't work, and it's a part of the process. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll bounce back. You'll get to where you need to be. It'll happen. In the group therapy session. Well, don't forget that in East Germany, they had the secret police, which was their own people. Yep. And it was a crazy number. Like 70% of the population were part of the secret police. That's a lot. That's what exactly. That's what I'm saying, Joe. It's don't get it twisted. It's a lot of people that's involved. But what they want to do is make it seem like they want you to believe that everybody's involved. That's what they're trying to do. 70. Yeah, you're right. 70% of the population, and that number sounds correct, but they want you to believe that the other 30% are involved as well by psychologically effing with you. They want you to think about being targeted day after day after day after day after week after month after year. They want it to drive you insane to the point you start to question everything and everyone. And then you say, so yeah, a lot are involved, but not everyone's. Yeah, exactly. Not a lot. I mean, a lot of them aren't. Yeah, a lot. Some most. I mean, I would say, like you said, 70%. 70. That sounds about right. 7 out of 10 people. That sounds about right. Sounds about right. I don't think a lot of people would take the time out to want to be because they don't recruit everybody. They don't recruit everybody to Gangstalk you. Everybody's not recruited. Yeah, they're not going to recruit everybody. Some of it is actual psychosis, but some of it is them. Yeah, yeah, it's a recruitment thing. Yeah, they're not going to recruit everybody. Everybody's not gonna. They can't recruit everybody, or they won't recruit everybody. Because you got to be a certain type of individual to want to dedicate your life to targeting someone. You got to be a certain type of individual. So I don't think everybody's willing to dedicate their life to harassing and stalking someone. They don't want you to break or get you strong enough to join you. That's facts. Or they'll scare you. They'll still fear in you to join as well. They'll force you, in a sense. I heard they recruit these people through job postings like neighborhood watch security or PI. That could be true too. I've heard the neighborhood watch thing, security, and I've also heard that yeah, they'll go to your family house and they'll recruit them as well. So, and a lot of it's easy to get your family involved because they know the most about you. You know, they know the most about you. They'll tell lies to them in order to get them to get on board, and that's what they do to a lot of them. It's lies. Most of the stuff they spread is lies. A lot of the people that target you, they're only targeting you based off lies. They don't even know anything about you. They don't know. They don't even actually know you. Know you. Well, I mean, it's not everybody's family that's being. I'm not gonna say everybody's family is involved, but I know mine is for sure. Video evidence is so important because it disprove. I'm sorry, I can't talk. Video evidence is so important because it disproves the paranoia when showed the clear evidence of a pattern or behavior towards it. Exactly. Video evidence is 1,000% important. I've had people say, you know, why do because I talk about how do I ignore it and why do I record stuff? I record a lot of stuff. I just don't upload all of it. But I do have evidence. I do upload clips at times, but I don't upload everything. But I upload clips at times for sure. Yeah, you definitely need that proof, 1,000%. Because it's like, and my thing is, it's like, how can you be so delusional as gang stalkers, or like people that that's supposed to be your family, people that are supposed to be your loved ones? How can you be that delusional to not see what's going on? Like, let's say I was with my ex, and I clearly see the stuff going on with her, like we're together, and I see the stuff going on as I'm driving or I'm in passenger. The stuff is going on, and I'm bringing it up, and she act like she did not know what was going on. And I'm seeing this stuff. It's not funny, but it's like, how can people act like this is not going on? It's evil. It's so evil, man. How can they act like this is not happening? Like we're the only people that can see this stuff. It's unreal. That's how you know they just love psychologically effing us, like mind effing us, man. There's no way a human being can be this evil and pretend like they don't see what's going on. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, man. And yeah, you're right. Coincidental. It happens too many times to be coincidental in that. It happened too many times with other people around. And you said some really don't see. Yeah, but you want to know what's wild, y'all? Is that she was having stuff happen to her as well, but she believed that was coincidental. And when I was, like I said, I used to always try to tell her, like, hey, this might be a possibility because you're associated with me. They don't want you associated with me. She still didn't believe it. She thought it was a coincidence. And then some family is weak and can be enticed with incentives like money, gas cards, gift cards, leased vehicles, free housing, home renovations, expungement records. All of the above facts, Joe. And my family can be enticed with every single thing you just named, sir. And especially the last part, because they, yeah, especially the last part. I'm just gonna leave that alone, because yeah, the last part, especially that last thing you said, especially. So I in every all the above, but for sure, but especially that last part. So yeah, my family is definitely involved, for sure, and I would say mostly for that last part. I wouldn't, yeah, for sure. They them type of people. But let me get back on topic. There had some girl try to tell me the story of Lilith like 2 days before the session that was in the ward. And then she said, Annette said, my sister is not a gang stalker, but she could not accept people who were following me with one headlight. She even saw it and started humming. I think it's too much for people to believe it. Yeah, yeah. And then, like, to believe it or not, in that, sometimes it be happening to them. Like, sometimes, like, if they're out, and I don't know if it ever happened to her, like, personally. I told you my ex, it happens. Like, stuff similar that was happening to me was happening to her. And she just believed that was a coincidence. Like, it was just something that just happened. You know what I'm saying? She never, like, questioned that she was being gay. Because a lot of people don't know what gang stalking is. Allegedly, they don't know what it is. But a lot of people don't know what it is. Or they just don't think about it. They just don't think about it like that. Same here. My fam sold me out. My fam sold me out. So-called family. Go figure. My stepmom would sell me out, but my dad got on board and started gaslighting me and playing other games, making it obvious he's a perp. Um, I have a video that I recorded. I got a video that I recorded that I vowed I never put out, because it's kind of disturbing about something my own mother attempted to do to me. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I got a video I recorded. I never put it out because it's very disturbing, and yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Yeah, it's my own mother to believe it, take it. I never put the video out because I don't want it to, like, I don't know how this is gonna be perceived. So I'm kind of, I'm not nervous to put it out because it's a part of my story. But yeah, I'm just kind of, I kind of hesitated on putting that video out. So because I have like 40 videos I never released. And it's different things that happen, but this particular video I'm talking about is kind of disturbing. Like when I think about it, I kind of get it. I kind of get it. I kind of get angry. So I'm gonna leave it alone, because it's kind of unbelievable when it comes from the people that my own mother. It's unreal. I can see gang stalkers doing that to discredit you. That's for sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it is sad. Yeah, that was I knew right then and there. Annette, I had to get away from them, because if I would have stayed there, because I was homeless at the time, if I would have stayed there any longer, I think they would have tried to kill me. I mean, delete me for sure. But it's very disturbing, and I just kind of gave away the video somewhat. So yeah, they were definitely trying to, yeah. So I shouldn't have said the K word, but yeah, that's exactly, yeah. This video is disturbing. So I'm kind of timid on uploading that on YouTube. So kind of need to edit that part out, because I kind of need to edit that part out this stream and edit that. If I release that video, I need to edit the video. Yeah, that video was yeah. I mean, that's kind of one experience I kind of don't want to relive, because with it being my own mom and then her trying to do that to me in my sleep, it was very disturbing. It was a very disturbing thing. I'm fairly certain most of my family is involved. It's incredibly sad. I wouldn't do this to any of them no matter what. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why I just love from a distance, cause yeah, I mean from that day, I haven't seen them ever since then, cause I just couldn't find myself. I couldn't make myself want to go around them ever again after that. After that last experience I had with them, doing something like that to a family member is a way to climb ranks and circles. Yeah, they were trying to take me out the game. Well, not they, but she was trying to take me out the game for sure. I think that was her intention that night. And luckily, I woke up. Like before she was attempting to do what she did, I woke up. I woke up out my sleep. I felt something. I felt something uncomfortable, and I woke up. And then I seen her like she was leaving out the door, so I was in the living room asleep, and I woke up right what she was doing, what she was trying to do to me. I was knocked out. I felt something in my sleep, and I woke up. And then when I seen her just going out the door. It was like 1:30 in the morning. So after that, I packed my bag and I just took off because I'm like, I can't be here. You know, if I can't sleep and be in peace, then nah, I can't be here. And this around my own mother is crazy. Santeria sacrifice. What is that? Santeria sacrifice? I never heard that type of sacrifice before. I'm sorry you went through that. It's okay. It made me who I am. You know, now I woke up. Um oh, okay, I'm looking at it right now. Oh, I never heard that type. On average. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, and another thing is that my grandma, she said a prayer that, and I'm thinking that it was demonic because of the, you know, she was praying in tongues, and I hear praying in tongues is like that. It's you can pray in tongues and it's good, but I also heard that praying in tongues is bad as well. But speaking in tongues is bad. I heard it's both. Yeah, exactly. It's both. They can be good and bad. Yeah, she put oil on my forehead and then just speaking in tongues. But I'm willing to believe that that was bad. There's demonic tongues. I believe it. I think that was demonic. I'm telling you, I went through a lot as a child with my family. That's why I was homeless at 15 years old, before 14, 15 years old. So I went through a lot with my family. You know, they didn't set me up they didn't put me in the best position to be, you know, the best version of myself. You know, so yeah, I don't really have too much. I don't really know them. Like I don't really know my family like that. I spent most of my life without my family than with them. So yeah, I don't really know my family like that. God can also use bad forces to do good. That's yeah, that's facts. Then the devil tries to mimic everything God has. Is yeah, that's the big facts. Said wow, same here. My dad threatened to burn me alive when I was wow. So it seemed like a lot of this stuff happens within your own family. You know, it sucks, man. My real dad, I probably only seen him probably I don't know, handful of times. Handful of times. Last time I saw him, he wanted to fight me. Last time I saw him. And I think it was just because of something, that him and my mom was going through. And he kind of just took it out on me. So he couldn't get to her, so he decided to come after me. But like I said, I don't like to reminisce on that stuff because it made me who I am today. I think, it's unfortunate a lot of that happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through what I'm going through. It's unfortunate, but at the same time, it made me the best version of myself because I could have succumbed to all this. I could have went through with taking my life in 2014. I could have I could have just succumbed to when I was homeless. I could have just gave up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things I could have did instead of turning my life around. You know what I'm saying? I could have stayed, when I was smoking spice for like 6 to 9 months. I could have stayed doing that. There's a lot of things I could have did, and just fell off into the oblivion. You know what I'm saying? I could have. And you can't help the parents that you have. You know what I'm saying? So it's just some parents are just not. Some parents shouldn't be. Some parents just shouldn't be parents. You know. I feel like a lot of people have kids for all the wrong reasons, and they bring these kids into the world knowing they're not loved or haven't been loved, or they know they're not capable of giving love to their children. So their children in turn have to suffer for A, whatever they went through, or B, whatever void they're missing in their lives, as parents, you know? So it's unfortunate, but like I said, it's all love, it's no hard feelings. I came to peace with my past, and that my past made me who I am today. So I'm not going to hold anybody to the fire for that, or reminisce on it. I just I wish everybody well. I pray for them, and I'm just gonna move forward with life. This is where I am now, and I'm grateful because it could have been different. Yeah, no regrets for sure. I wasn't perfect. I mean, the thing about it is, y'all, I wasn't perfect. And the first thing that you need to acknowledge when you want to move on, and you don't owe any explanation to anybody. That's the first thing. And for two, don't let anybody, because what these gang stalkers like to do is try to nail you to the cross for your past. And nobody's perfect. We all made mistakes. So it's accountability. So what roles did you play in your situations? Accepting accountability, acceptance, and those are the first two steps to move forward in your life. Accountability and acceptance. And those are but that's before that, that's when you start to, be able to have growth and be able to move on, and be able to, start to, Start to to build healthy habits in your life. And that's facts, AMC. Yeah, you gotten this far. Yeah, there's no need to give up. Keep going, keep pushing, keep persevering. Don't allow don't allow your past to shape and mold your future. You know what you went through in your past made you strong to be able to deal with what your future became, and as a result, I feel like we're built to deal with adversity more than others. We're built to deal with it more than others, which gives us an advantage in a sense. What the gang stalkers don't realize or do realize and hate is that you are forgiven. Exactly. They'll get their comeuppance for what they're doing to us. I always say that. They'll get their comeuppance for what they're doing to us. They don't feel like they will because they're in the mindset that they're doing something good. Based off, what he say, she say. But they'll get their comeuppance. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. They try to make you feel guilt for something you already forgiven for. Yeah, facts. Only person that can judge you is God. Who cares what they think? It's people. They can't pass judgment on us. Yeah, they think that they're doing good and in the right for sure, but they're not. But they don't realize it. But they will, because eventually it'll karma. Will come back to them for the things they do to us. Only judge is the judge. Facts. Facts random. Random name facts. You see, I enjoy coming live with y'all. We sit here, we chop it up for hours. It's been 2 hours. I did not plan on being on live this long, but yeah, y'all, I like coming on here chopping it up with y'all. So it's always cool. It's always good energy. It's always good energy. So I did not expect to be on live this long, y'all. I ain't my bad. I ain't mean to keep y'all this long because I ain't expect to be here this long. To be honest with you, I definitely didn't. I definitely ain't expect to be here this long, but it's always good to chop it up with y'all. Several other people involved in my gang stalking have never taken accountability for their behavior and have always projected it on me. I've always been a scapegoat. Me as well. Me too. No, they'll never take accountability because that's the easy thing. That's the easy thing. That's the easy thing to do. But up and down is up when it comes to them. So that's hard for them to take accountability. And projecting it on you is easy because they don't have to take accountability when they can just push it on somebody else. I bought a PS5. I know this is off subject. I bought a PS5. I do not play it anymore. I'm just not that much into video games because I'm older. You know what I'm saying? I'm older now. I'm just not that much into video games like I used to be. I thought I was gonna be more into it, but I'm just not that into it. I'm not even that into it. I wasted $400, 450, almost $500 on this PlayStation 5, and it's just sitting over there collecting dust. I haven't played it in like probably over a month, well over a month. It's over there collecting dust, just wasting money. Same, always been labeled the scapegoat until recently. They've been getting the horns. Yeah, for sure, man. My my kid's uncle and his wife, they moved, they recently, Joe, they recently moved to Rio Rancho. He was in the military. He was stationed in Georgia. He was stationed in Georgia. He had bought a house over there in Rio Rancho recently and stuff like that. Well, more she wanted to go there because her family's from Farmington. Let me see. Do the kids play it? My daughter plays it occasionally. She plays it occasionally. I play it sometimes, but not often. I'm just not that into video games no more like I used to be. No, I play a lot of good games on my I'm into sports, so I play a lot of basketball, football, and I play a little bit of Call of Duty every now and then. And then now you got a $500 DVD player. It's crazy. Yeah, definitely, basically, right? Yeah, definitely, basically. I never been to Farmington before, so I'm not really sure where Farmington is. Well, I know where it is, but I never been there. Yeah, her family's from Farmington. His wife is from Farmington, so she wanted to be closer to her, her family. So they bought a house in Rio Rancho. I have a PS4. I play Dragon Ace Inquisition on it from time to time. Yeah, yeah. I'm not really. Yeah, I'm just. I don't know. I don't like the newer game systems because of the downloading. It relies so much on Wi-Fi. So I still have a Nintendo 64. I still have an old PlayStation. I still have that stuff. I'd rather play those games because it's just plug and play. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I'm used to. I'm used to the old the old SNES, Atari. I'm so used to that stuff. Just plug and play. I prefer those games because it's just plug and play. I don't the whole loading the game stuff that's in this generation. I'm not really a fan of it. I'm not the biggest fan of it. For one, it takes too long. For two, I just don't have. By the time the game loads, I don't even want to play the game anymore. So I'm not really that into it, especially when you have the digital. Cause I have the digital PS5, so I just download the games on there. It takes too long. So by the time the game download, I'm not even interested. I done moved. I probably done left the house, but with the game downloading sometimes because it takes so long. But it's a little Meth Central with Cowboys. That's interesting. I never been over there. Like I've driven, past there, like in passing, but never really been into Farmington. But I've taken that drive up that way to Vegas before, up to Denver. I've done obviously over here where I live now, and then L.A. Taking the drive over there from over there. Rio Rancho is chill, but recently they have been having small issues with break-ins. Some of the traffic of Albuquerque finds its way to Rio Rancho, and that's where the southern crime is coming from. Yeah, I mean, I like Rio Rancho. It's pretty. It's definitely chill. What I don't like about Rio Rancho is that some of the areas it goes from road, it goes from regular pavement road to dirt road. I hate that. That's the one thing I hated about Rio Rancho. You could be on the road and then it just mysteriously turns into a dirt road in certain areas. You say you're logging off AMC. You have a great night. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm sorry, I didn't plan on being on this long. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not plan on being on this long. It's just, yeah, I get to rambling and but you have a blessed night, AMC. Sleep well. He said just straight sand. Yeah, yeah, it just turns into straight sand. Yeah, it's man. You be on the regular road, then boom, 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 boom. Like what the hell? What happened? Yeah, yeah. Certain areas of Rio Rancho, I'm like, what the hell is this? Very nice area though. I mean, it's very nice up there. Very nice houses. Very nice. So I know he has a very nice house up there. It's a very nice up there in Rio Rancho for sure. Very nice. Very nice up there. I'm gonna stop by there one day because I want to see the house. So I'll probably be over there sometime soon. So you're signing off too? No, I'm getting ready to sign off too, y'all. So just shortly. Have a good one. Appreciate you coming by, Net. Appreciate you coming by. Random name. My name is Joe, my brother. Appreciate you coming up, by, bro. Gucci. Random name. Let's see. Everybody AMC. I'm trying to see everybody. I don't know if I can see everybody, but I can't see everybody else. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out Crystal. Okay, I see him right here. Crystal, Mariah, Gucci, Louie. Appreciate everybody coming in, just chopping up with me for a little bit. I know I was on here for a little while, but he said, hold on, before I go, I'm off to okay, no need to say goodbye. Just see you around for sure, bro. And then have a good night, Annette. Later. And then he said, did you ever go watch Zozo Bro Burn? No, I didn't. I used to enjoy the but it was so packed. The balloon fiesta. I used to like going to that. Take my my children, my kids to that. I used to enjoy it, but it's such a large turnout, bro. Bro, so many, like everybody comes to the balloon fiesta. Everybody from all over the world. I've heard they show up. Yeah, that's pretty nice. The balloon fiesta is pretty nice. It's a really big it's a really big event. It's a really big event, but I enjoy it. I might find my way there in October. I like the balloon fiesta. It's cool. Plus, a lot of elements in New Mexico, Joe. I miss. It's very cool. They got some culture. Like I said, living there 10 years, you kind of get immersed in a little bit of what they got going. So it's a lot about it. I did genuinely enjoy. I like your channel. This ish be hard to talk about with regular people. It's impossible to talk about regular people, honestly, because they just dismiss us. But what's up, Coliseum 97? I'm getting ready to log off. I don't know how long you've been here, but yeah, we're getting ready to get up out of here. It's been about 2.5 hours almost. But yeah, I'll be back that way, Joe, sometime soon. I definitely wanna I'm gonna go check out his house and stuff like that. So I'm not that long of a drive away, so I'll probably just stop over there. But everybody, y'all have a good night. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And yeah, no problem, bro. I'll come through there. I'm gonna come over there soon because I want to see his house. So yeah, I'll come up that way. You're up Santa Fe way. I'll come up that way. It's not that long of a drive away. So for sure, bro. I'll catch you. Y'all have a good night, man. Peace out.